All right, welcome back. While the focus has been on the Karnataka election, there have been some important by-polls and local body polls which are also going on. Let's just very quickly give you an update on those as well. In Uttar Pradesh, where there are local body polls and plus two important by-polls for the assembly constituencies are also going on. One in Mirzapur, Shanbhe, and the Swar, very important constituency, used to be the Samajwadi Party bastion in Rampur area, where Azam Khan's son Abdullah Azam was declared he disqualified, and then of course the by-polls are at this moment taking place. My colleague Saurabh Shukla at this moment. Okay, as we were about to go to him, we have lost that line. But Sanjeev, if I may come to you, for the local bodies, it more or less looks like a clean sweep as the Bharatiya Janata Party is concerned. In the Nagar Panchayat election, 125 is going to the BJP, 68 for the Samajwadi Party. It's also very important the way this entire Uttar Pradesh local body elections were also fought. Yogi Adityanath preferred to stay in his home state, did only a few rallies as far as Karnataka is concerned, and the BJP at this moment completely sweeping this election.
I think, Ankit, it was on expected lines.
Yeah.
We were not expecting much change to happen. The silver lining is that at least there is some opposition left in UP still, and we are seeing Samajwadi Party still winning some. So out of, I think...
and BJP, both of them are even Steven in the assembly by-poll. The Swar is switching to the BJP and Shanbhe is going to the Samajwadi Party.
Yeah, so I think Yogi Adityanath will be very happy if Swar Tanda actually goes to BJP, because the kind of, situation, political situation we've seen ever since Yogi became the chief minister. So I think he will take that without much worries.
Smita, will this in a way, with whatever is happening in, especially in Swar, is it almost the end as far as the road is concerned for Azam Khan? One, a towering figure as far as the UP politics goes in the Samajwadi Party. He has more or less become a campaign as far as the BJP is concerned. A particular campaign against Azam Khan by the entire BJP machinery. His son being disqualified, he losing the home ground as well. This possibly would be very, very difficult situation politically for him.
For Azam Khan, certainly. I mean, the BJP has sort of targeted him over a period of years, I mean, and you may say it's not linked, but it's also, you saw the way Atiq Ahmed was killed. So they have been running a kind of anti-Muslim campaign. It's nothing to do with, whether there are criminal cases against him or not, because after all, there's a law of the land.
Can I just tell you what the biggest issue in Swar Tanda has been, Sanjeev, for the last 20 years? The road. Because there have been battles between contractors for the last 20 years to control access to that road.
Okay.
There have been moon rocks, craters on that road, which has been unbelievable.
This is a problem familiar to Bengaluru as well.
Can I just finish my point?
We've got Sunil Prabhu with a guest outside.
And that, in fact, is something which the Samajwadi Party and the BJP have been fighting on through their contractor lobbyists for the longest time. Perhaps that's going to be resolved.
Right, let's just go across to Sunil Prabhu in Bangalore outside DK Shiv Kumar's residence. Sunil, please go ahead.
So I have with me a guest right now, Mr. The Youth Congress President. How do you look at this victory?
I'm very, very happy. The people of Karnataka have chosen Congress because they're sick and tired of this 40% commission government. And the people of Karnataka always wanted the change. And we had kept asking the people to give a clear mandate where we didn't have to go with anyone. So we are really the people be prosperous in the next 5 years.
This is now a fight. Mr. Siddaramaiah is also not going to give up.
In just a moment over there. Initial reactions, the Youth Congress President over there coming in from Karnataka. So in case, now let's just turn our attention once again back to Karnataka. That's the situation right now for the Congress Party in terms of leads. It's been going up between 116 and 120 for the longest time now. It's up 40 from last time, so it is a huge jump. But I think as you look at those BJP numbers, it's equally important to point out that the vote share in as far as the BJP is concerned, it's not changed at all. So let's see if it has. As of about half an hour back, it hadn't. So let's bring up that vote share graphic. This is the one we are talking about, the Karnataka vote share. is 44% for the Congress, 36% for the BJP. So what's the change for the BJP? As you can see, 0%. So there's no change for the BJP over there, but there has been obviously a change as far as seats are concerned in the state. So in case you're just wondering, and I certainly am, Ankit, how soon will we actually know who's winning the elections? I think the process essentially is, and Sanjay, you might be in a better position to actually tell us. There are several rounds, obviously, through EVM counting. By when will we know, that this is it? Or do we wait till the evening and the ECI Election Commission announcement?
See, finally, the formal results will be announced only when Election Commission notifies. But I think by, it's 12:10. 10 past 12.
Yeah, 12.
So I think in a couple of hours we should be sure that this is going to be the result.
But there is not going to be a significant...
Our UTA time in Bangalore is fixed. Today is not going to be something where our UTA is under jeopardy.
So,
and that we are...
Since the morning, I have never seen the leads for the Congress touch up to anything like 144, which was the outlier high for most of the poll predictions.
Not most.
A lot of them.
One.
Okay, fine. Now I'm happy to be corrected there. I've never seen the Congress go below a 70 figure. I have never seen the JDS wiped out to 12 or 14, which was one of the polls that said so. So this seems fairly stable as far as the BJP is concerned in terms of vote shares. But of course, once they will be mapped on to the regions, I think the hunch that I have is that very clearly the BJP would have got a lot more vote share in newer areas with lesser seats. And where they used to get the seats, they've not done as well.
No, they haven't. In fact, we've seen that in terms of the Leeds position. On the coast, in the west, the BJP has been losing out in its core constituency, and where they've lost out most is in the south. That's where the Congress has had most of its gains. In fact, let's just take a look at the regions situation. And Dr. Priyam, if you'd like to come in over here, the fact that the Congress is up 5 in this, which is an area where the BJP has done very strongly in the past, is significant. The BJP down 8 over here. They had won 18 seats last time around. Let's just take a look at one or two of the other areas. In Kalyan, it's the BJP down 4, the Congress up 3. So not a very significant jump for the Congress over here, but a substantial one. The BJP has gone down. Over here,
this is where
in Kittur,
big gains for the Congress has come
massive. This and south. And the next one is south. If you take a look at this, and this is where the Congress is up 20.
And this is where the maximum losses for
Dr.
the JDS
Priya,
as well.
So
I'd like to just take a look
so clear that in Bombay, Karnataka, the Congress has done very well.
Yeah.
And that's an area where they should have done well.
Yeah.
Now, the fact is that there have been differences, skirmishes, the old language issues and the villages, which side are you going? You could see that the BJP ruling in both the states had the chief ministers colliding over development schemes and other things. I don't know, there will be an overlay of welfare schemes if the Congress is doing so well with promises of 10 kg rice and an unemployment allowance. I would say beneath the feet, there is a strong overlay of economic impoverishment of the population, and there is an alignment with what has been offered. And in this region, if the BJP is not done well, then the double engine of 2 neighboring states, the peer phenomena. And remember, Mr. Modi has done very well on peer phenomena in his own Gujarat elections. The Gujarat-Maharashtra border, people have said, oh, our Gujarat government is giving us a lot more than the Maharashtra government.
Would you say then the effort to transform has taken a setback? They still need to go back and rely on their old leaders, the old arithmetic, if they want to rebuild the party.
And old geographies and regions, remember 2 of them sitting there, and they will tell you that regions perhaps matter the most still in Karnataka elections. Each region has its own narrative.
Okay, DK Shiv Kumar's visuals, ladies and gentlemen, the first visuals
That's the more
of
important.
DK Shiv Kumar. Look at the smiling man there standing at its window. People have been waiting since morning. Just came to just
greet people,
say hi.
Ankit Maya, you've seen DK Shiv Kumar from the days where, his rise really happens under the SM Krishna regime, right?
Was that a victory side?
I think he just came and did namaste. He's also being a little subdued. I found him a little more subdued after his time in Tihar jail, actually, compared to the very early Shiv Kumar. He was a young, vibrant MLA in the early days. He's worked his way up. He's been a congressman throughout, from the start, right from his young days. And he has been their troubleshooter, whether it was going in the rain to Mumbai to try and get those dissident MLAs to come back,
Okay,
whether it
Maya,
was
just
shepherding
one second.
Gujarat
Let me
MLAs.
just quickly go across to Pratibha, who's been waiting very patiently, and we're getting Dr. Abhishek Manu Singhvi of the Congress in a little while from now. Pratibha, go ahead.
Well, we are all just standing under the sweltering heat, and looks like, however, the BJP leaders are the ones who are really sweating it out, holed up in meetings, stationed right outside the BJP office here. None of them who are really willing to react at this point in time. And right outside the BJP office, we also have a screen where the leads as well as the trends are being shown according to the regional channels here. Most of them seem to be BJP fans who are here gathered around to watch the numbers. I have with me a few BJP fans who are trying to analyze what really could have gone possibly wrong with the BJP. बहुत बड़ा disappointment है आपको?
Disappointment तो है मैडम, क्योंकि हम सोचे कि मोदी जी आने से हम लोग जीत जाएंगे, पर हम लोगों को बहुत कष्ट तकलीफ हो रहा है. फिर भी अगर मैं सोचता हूँ कि येदियुरप्पा को आगे करते तो शायद जीत सकते थे.
Most of them feel that the absence of Mr. Yediyurappa in active electoral politics could have been the possible reason for the BJP's, for the numbers not really going in favor of the BJP. I have with me another fan here. ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಅನಲೈಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಏನು ಅನ್ಸುತ್ತೆ, ಏನೇನು ಕರೆಕ್ಟಾಗಿ ಮಾಡಿರ್ಬೋದು ಬಿಜೆಪಿ?
ಮೇಡಮ್, ಬಿಜೆಪಿ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಆಲ್ ಫೇಲ್ ಆಗಿದ್ದು ಹಿಜಾಬಿಂದ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು. ಹಿಜಾಬಲ್ಲೇ ಫೇಲ್ ಆದ್ರಲ್ಲಿ ಹ್ಯಾಂಡಲ್ ಮಾಡ್ಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಕೆಲಸ. ಇಷ್ಟು ಹೋಮ್ ಮಿನಿಸ್ಟ್ರು ಅವರ ಜ್ಞಾನದಿಂದ ಅವ್ರು ಇದ್ದಾರೋ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ ನಮಗೆ. Right. So
he seems to suggest that several of the initiatives that were taken, especially the polarization tactics of the BJP, could have possibly gone wrong for the BJP. But right now, well, it seems like things are in favor of the Congress.
All right. Thanks, Pratibha. We'll come back to you in a moment. We're joined now by Dr. Abhishek Manu Singhvi, senior leader of the Congress party. Thanks, Dr. Singhvi, very much for being with us. As far as you are concerned, Dr. Singhvi, is it a done deal now, or are you calling the election soon, or do you see any substantial changes or small changes, or is it a done deal?
Well, I'm by nature a cautious person,
really?
So I never consider anything a done deal till it is done. But I have, from experience, and you know more about this, Vishnu, learned that 12 o'clock is a reasonably accurate time to call an election under the EVMs. Actually, the thing is truly known only after 2:33. But actually, I have not found normally things going wrong. 11:30 is a dangerous time, as many of you do call it.
Yeah.
But 12 o'clock, and I am happy we are having it at 12:15. I think more or less, unless some miracle happens in favor of the BJP, and miracles do happen, I am quite sure that they are not having a defeat. They are having a major defeat. Your figures, I want to start by saying one thing. I would like to ask the Honorable Home Minister of India, that sentence of his which will haunt him, and none of you are playing that on the channel. Please take it from me in writing. We are getting 150. Remind me of this in writing after the results are out. Well, I'm doing that. I'm doing his bidding. I'm reminding him through you.
Dr. Singhvi, sorry, Dr. Singhvi, if I may ask you, because being an ace lawyer, there have been many cases for other parties and for your own party where you had to go to court when the victory margin was very, very close. Are you, with these numbers which are at this moment showing on our screens, 123 for the Congress, confident that at least for next 5 years, Karnataka is not going to be the one state that is going to trouble you?
That is the only sense of regret I have, ironically, in this case. Not the winning of the election is a great joy, but the fact that forensically and professionally, one is not going to have a triple satisfaction. Remember the midnight hearing, but there was a second Karnataka hearing, both of which I think not electorally or politically, but with my forensic hat I enjoyed. And that, I think, that pleasure will be denied to us this time. We are quite safe. There is no need to go to any court. And I don't think any legal acrobatics will be required.
Sir, you've got two very strong contenders, publicly declared, perhaps rare for the Congress party to have two candidates, any candidate publicly declare as a chief ministerial aspirant, but two candidates publicly declaring that they are chief ministerial aspirants. Are you worried that there could be factions within the party? Who's going to be the one who's going to keep the whole thing together now?
See, this is not at all uncommon. You know it, I know it. This ambition is positive ambition. It is normal. It happens in every party. Some is more relatively muted, some is more stated. And this is true of almost every state where experienced old parties like Congress have many contenders. And equally, all of them say in the same breath that the Congress will decide on the basis of the MLAs and in consultation with the High Command. And that's the way it is working. So I think not too much should be read in it. We have very, very experienced persons, and you will find that it has been going to be as smooth a transition to a chief minister as smooth a victory it was. But can I just make 2 or 3 larger points which interest me, if you don't mind?
Go ahead, sir.
See, the larger points which interest me are not the nitty-gritty, which of course we know about. And I went twice to Bangalore, and in the recent past, I was reasonably confident of a clear majority. I didn't know the numbers, but we crossed the mid-mark, was clear in my mind. But the point I wish to make is, look at the desperation of the ex-ruling BJP in Karnataka and the central leaders. We tend to forget. Everything is hunky-dory after the results are out. Every speech was started with a religious divisive symbol. I'm not talking only of Bajrang Bali. I'm talking of every other speech. And I don't want to repeat it. Every figure of religious symbolism in Hindu religion was used, misused, and repeatedly misused. The people of Karnataka held firm. Then again, you had Mr. Modi doing possibly more than he does in any election. I know you've been asked that question on your channel. In fairness, he must come out front and take the bullet in the 56-inch chest. I remember in 2004, the only person who came out with me on one of your channels at India Gate was Pramod Mahajan. And we started the conversation with this. He said, my colleague should have been out.
Dr. Singhvi, tell me one thing. Dr. Singhvi, while you know the numbers are there in front of us, and it seems that you will win the election, at this stage, by the way, sir, 54% of all votes have been counted according to the Election Commission as of 12:15. My question is this: the vote share of the BJP hasn't gone down. So in as much as you call it a victory in terms of seats, one could argue that it is exactly what you said has not worked for the BJP, which may have taken them to this point, led by the Prime Minister and his narrative in the last 12 days of the campaign.
Let's assume that the vote share is the same. I don't think it will remain the same by the time you have the figures. You can take it from it will go down, but let's assume it's the same. Are we forgetting the corresponding point that there is a huge increase in the vote share of the Congress?
Of course there is.
That's the swing. That's the vote. The swing to you equally means a swing against me. Vishnu, you understand that. I mean, it's not just a swing to you. It's a swing against me. So that is forgotten. It's a huge swing. Number 2, you see the map, which you will be displaying on the screen some time ago from the other channels. It's a cross. Yeah. BJP is in pockets here and there. That blue which you show for the Congress is a cross.
Okay, Dr. Singhvi, we're just interrupting you now because Basavaraj Bommai is speaking. It's important. Let's listen.
Yes.
Now coming in the final stages, we have been not able to make the mark in spite of a lot of efforts have been put up by everybody, right from our Prime Minister to the workers. Congress has able to make the mark, and we'll do the detailed analysis once all the results come, because all trends are there now. Once the results come, we will do the detailed analysis, and as a political party and as a national political party, we'll not only analyze and we'll see that what are the gaps and what are the deficiencies were there and at different levels. We'll look into that and improve upon it, and we'll take this result in our stride, and we'll go ahead and reorganize the party and come back during Lok Sabha election.
Sir, is there any meeting?
They're conceding this election. Basavaraj Bommai, who's been the Chief Minister, conceding the election. 2 points. We have not made the mark. And he says the Congress has been able to. So that's important. I'll just get a quick reaction from Abhishek Manu Singhvi. Dr. Singhvi, you heard that over here. Basavaraj Bommai conceding the election. Your first thoughts?
Well, that's a fair point. He's obviously spoken like a former Chief Minister should speak, and it answers my point just now which you asked. The 12:15 to 12:30 is the right time for fair-minded people to realize the writing on the wall. Secondly, I just before he spoke, I gave you the map of Karnataka. It's across the board. That's a very important factor. Vishnu. It shows across the state support. But equally, if you see the figures, yes, there are ups and downs in some communities, but it's across the board, across communities as well. Forget the minorities, forget the SCs, forget the STs, but even broadly in the Lingayat and the Vokalega communities, in other communities, there has been a strong surge of Congress support.
But
Maybe
Dr.
little
Singhvi,
less and more. But
right, Dr. Singhvi, but the Congress's vote share increase seems to be coming at the cost of the JDS, not at the BJP. Looking at that, the 2024 election is going to be not an easy walk, sir.
Well, we'll come to that later. I think I agree with you. I don't easily extrapolate from state elections to central elections. But Karnataka has never been the kind of die-hard BJP support state which it is made out to be. It is a bit of a exaggerated projection by the BJP time and again. It's just not that. I think there'll be a huge struggle out there in 2024 as well. I think it's too early to talk about it, but this vote share changes rapidly with the good governance they're going to get. And with some luck, let me tell you, with about few more seats of 125, not 140, but few more seats there, and a little diminution there, we may be half-half. We may be double of half of BJP. We may be reaching that figure actually. So I think there is much to be happy about. The BJP has much to be sad about. And the kind of money, the other point we tend to forget, Vishnu and your colleagues, the kind of money spent, it's an open secret that nobody can spend a fraction of the money spent by the former ruling party of BJP in Karnataka.
Right.
The kind of blitzkrieg done. Do you know the amount? Somebody calculated the cost of the rose petals or the flower petals shower. It is some gigantic, humongous figure.
But
now, this is the kind of thing which the people have withstood.
You want to ask?
Yeah, right. Dr. Singhvi, what is the one defining factor from this? I know you can't extrapolate, especially Karnataka, an assembly election to a parliamentary election. It's often been very diverse. But what's the one big national takeaway from this result for the Congress? I mean, the one...
That's a very important question. That's an important question. I think it's more a overall larger, somewhat diffused, but very important psychological point. In the last few weeks, we have seen that institutions, people, electorates can stand up to what was falsely exaggerated and projected as a BJP juggernaut. It shows that the BJP is vulnerable. It is not the elections alone. The psychology turns when you get a NCT stinging judgment by the Supreme Court, restoring the balance of power in Delhi. It was open season and open secret as to how an elected government of Delhi was being completely vandalized. Constitutional vandalism was going on as far as interference is concerned. Equally in Eknath Shinde, where the incumbent holds his seat, every finding has gone against the incumbent. Every finding. And I have the privilege of arguing both those cases.
But Dr. Singhvi, I just
now, I'm not suggesting that change. So I think there's a psychological change in the mindset of the country that this government, A, is arrogant, is bordering on infallibility notions, and C, is certainly defeatable and vulnerable.
Dr. Singhvi, just focusing once again on Karnataka, what I found really interesting is that assuming these leads translate more or less into results, which they will, the BJP has conceded the election, would it be your... the Congress making inroads in areas where the BJP has been very strong in coastal regions, in areas where the Lingayat community has been strong, and the BJP has been strong there. Would you say that this is an area where you've really made your mark, and that could be the decider or has been the decider for you?
See, first point I will repeat, but the second point I'll agree with you. There is no doubt that in the Lingayat issue alone, if you see the narrower issue, we've held it neck to neck with them. And it has been a huge bastion for the BJP, which has been ploughed into by the Congress successfully. But quite frankly, every major community, group, caste, or whatever you call it, has been pro-Congress. The figures show it. ST, SC, and minorities in huge measure. But even the other communities, South Karnataka, not bad at all.
No, South Karnataka,
Lingayat,
in fact, you probably had the maximum number of gains. But
exactly.
Dr. Singh, one place where you've not done that well is Bangalore city itself, Bengaluru city itself, where the BJP has been ahead of you. Perhaps their infrastructure push
and major campaign by the Prime Minister.
That's right.
Well, I mean, this individuated reasons can be ascribed. I have no answer for particular individual regions, but it is known that in purely or major urban areas, the BJP sometimes in these urban pockets may do well. After all, they have to get their 60 or 70 or 72 seats from somewhere. And Bangalore certainly has not been as good. But I think the overall trend is what matters. The overall trend is blue, blue, blue. You see the map. I saw it just a while ago. It's incredibly uniform across Karnataka.
And do you see, given this whole result, what do you see is the larger takeaway for Karnataka? Do you see the state moving into a bipolar battle between BJP and the Congress over a period of time? What do you see the role of the
I
JDS
wouldn't call it bipolar. I wouldn't call it bipolar, but certainly the bargaining power of the third party, sometimes very unfairly misutilized, will have become less, and I predict it will become lesser in the 24 elections and will possibly die out by the next assembly elections. That's my prediction.
Dr.
That's a very important point that he's making.
Dr. Singhvi, thanks very much, sir, for being with us. And, congratulations. The BJP has conceded these elections. It appears that you are on your way to forming this government, hopefully stay with stability for a period of 5 years. I just wanted to go across to Maya, who's been watching very, very patiently. Maya, as we come to you, let's just see if we can play out what Mr. Bommai had to say a few moments back. Let's just listen in to what Mr. Bommai had to say.
Once all the results come, because they're all trends are there now. Once the results come, we will do the detailed analysis. And as a political party and as a national political party, we'll not only analyze and we'll see that what are the gaps and what are the deficiencies were there at different levels. We'll look into that and improve upon it. And we'll take this result in our stride. And we'll go ahead and reorganize the party and come back during Lok Sabha election.
Right, so we've got this. Bommai has conceded defeat. I don't think the BJP has officially said it, but Basavaraj Bommai, as the manager of the campaign, has conceded this. What's the one big takeaway for you from this election?
It is indeed that the Congress, which did always have a presence in Karnataka, it was always never negated in Karnataka, but I think it has given them the confidence. It has given them the confidence going ahead that it's not that the BJP is going to win every time it stands. Every time Prime Minister Modi comes down, it's not going to be overwhelming.
Quick question, yes or no answer. Are you worried that they may botch it up with their internal factional problems that may erupt?
Not at this stage, really. I think Siddaramaiah and DK Shivkumar came together at the end to present a united front. I think they're going to pull it through. I mean, if they manage to do this, if they manage to shoot themselves in the foot with these numbers...
You've got a favourite?
Then one is his last election, the other one's a troubleshooter.
But there's an interesting data point coming in, and I think Ankit also wanted to look at it. Yeah. The urban-rural split. But I'll just talk firstly about the rural bit over here. This is where, Shogato, this is where the Congress has done remarkably well. So far, the Congress appears to be dominating rural 58 seats. 58, yeah.
Of 98 seats, 58 Congress is in lead.
In
fact, historically, Congress has won, the change for the Congress is plus 27. They have significantly increased the number of rural seats also that they have won. From 31 last time, they are now at this moment leading about 58. The BJP with 22 leads. Historically, from 43 have come down 21 seats. So that's important. But largely in the rural areas, the BJP, the Congress is expected to do well in that sense. In the urban seats, 52 of those, 27 going to the BJP, 25 as far as the Congress is concerned. So largely, the BJP has been able to, and I think that was also the focus of the Prime Minister. Whatever you are losing in the rural, try and just capitalize and at least, minimize your losses in the urban areas as well. We'll discuss that point just after a very short break. Coming back, and we'll discuss this rural-urban divide as well and how the parties are placed in that. Welcome back to this fascinating day, which is now more or less going towards the Congress way and significantly to the Congress way. We were talking since morning, 120 would be something that the Congress would breathe easy with. At this moment, Congress is standing at 129 leads. BJP relegated to less than 70, 67 is what they have. JDS 22 at this moment. Mr. Bommai, the Chief Minister of Karnataka, just a short while back came out and conceded the election, said that we did not match the mark that we had kept for ourselves. These visuals are from the Congress celebrations which are taking place at this moment. For the Congress, a very, very big day as far as the Congress is concerned. That's Mr. Siddaramaiah and DK Shivkumar, two men, those who are going to be at this moment possibly working out which MLA has won, who are going to be back them, because they both are in contention for the top job.
That's right. And Ankit, you know, it's Manisha, Sugata, Maya, Sanjay and Neeta. This, you know, Siddaramaiah was the ultimate outsider who came into the Congress. In 2013, there was no talk of anybody else. He was categorical that he was going to become the Chief Minister. This time, how do you see the equations playing out between Siddaramaiah and DK Shivkumar? Quickly.
So I think very difficult to say. I definitely feel DK Shivkumar has an edge. He may not be saying this, but he has an edge. But if you see Siddaramaiah, his son has already tweeted, the ambitions fair and square. So in a sense, heavily loaded towards a DK Shivkumar.
But why?
But Siddaramaiah will not give up.
Why do you believe that that is the case?
So, you know, the fact was that the person who was keeping the house together, the person who's been on the ground, the person who's been inside the jail, the person who stood up to the BJP from the Congress camp happens to be DK Shivkumar. Plus the falling assets of the JDS.
But even our own survey, the pre-survey that we did in the opinion poll, across Karnataka, the most popular leader, Sugata, was Siddaramaiah, 40%.
But it's not the people who would be elected Chief Minister, it would be the MLAs. So, and as Manisha ji pointed out, DK has a fair control over, had a fair control over ticket distribution and the organization, and he's seen someone who has put his head down and worked. So he has a fair claim to the Chief Minister's chair. There is no doubt about that.
Shubhata, I think they're just going to fix your mic. A little bit of a problem with your audio. We'll come back to you on that bit. Sanjay Kumar, quick bet. Given that the CSDS poll categorically put Siddaramaiah above everybody else in Karnataka as the most popular choice, do you think that that would be bearing on the Congress to go ahead?
I don't think they are going to take the polls so seriously that, you know, in the polls, people are saying this is Siddaramaiah is the first choice. So they would pick up Siddaramaiah. I think it's the choice of the MLAs. I would go along with what Sugato said. People expecting someone or people liking someone is something else. MLAs electing someone, and also don't forget, there is a high command in the party. So
no, but Sanjay, I'll tell you why I slightly disagree with Manisha and Maya. You, in case you have thoughts on this, Shivkumar is being investigated by the ED, right? He might be arrested in a finite period of time. The last thing the Congress would want to do in an election which they seem to be winning resoundingly is to have a Chief Minister who may be in trouble in the future.
Absolutely. Siddaramaiah has also made it clear this is his very last election, and we tend to get sentimental that way. Indians tend to get sentimental when it's the last time.
Yeah.
DK Shivkumar at 61 is a young man in politics. There's still a long way to go. There may be the thing of his time will come. Siddaramaiah is, as you said, has a cleaner, less controversial image. I mean, DK Shivkumar is out there and he's got into trouble for it as well. He's being investigated as well. He is more controversial a person. I feel that in this case, Siddaramaiah might have that edge. Not just because of the poll, but for other reasons.
So, Mr. Siddaramaiah, like, you know, right from the beginning of this election campaign, he was, you know, keeping this thing in mind. I think that leadership role, that in case they win, who is going to be, you know, holding the Chief Minister's chair. Keeping in mind that he changed his, you know, last in 2018 election, it was the Badami seat where he had won very marginally. And so he decided to change his seat this time to Aruna, which I think it was his son's earlier seat. So keeping all these factors in mind, he is the one who has been very calculatively moving for this post. But also like the issue that the High Command who they are going to choose out of these two. Considering very interestingly today in the morning,
yes,
Congress Twitter handle right at 9 a.m. they posted a video where the song which was playing in the background was "I am unstoppable, I am invincible." And who was there in the video? It was only Mr. Rahul Gandhi with a lot of common people from Karnataka. The snapshots were being played while the two regional leaders who have been facing the heat on the ground and doing all the running around, they were absolutely missing. So I wish Mr. Singhvi was there to answer this question, that whom are they going to actually
question of the Congress party. Radhika Khera is joining us. We have Aparajita Sarangi, Member of Parliament of the Bharatiya Janata Party as well. Radhika, first of all, congratulations. Comprehensive victory is what the Congress is looking at this moment. 129. The BJP has conceded defeat, at least the Chief Minister of Karnataka has. First of all, your thoughts on the numbers. Are you still going to say that we are going to touch 150, or you are very, very happy with 129 if this stays at the end of the day?
And this is a victory of the people of Karnataka who have voted against a government which was spreading hate, which has voted against the party which was doing Dhruvikaran, which was doing 40% commission khori, a party which tried to play with the emotions of the people of Karnataka and did not live up to the promises that they had made to the people of Karnataka. In fact, even to the people of the country. Now, coming to the number right now. Yes, 129 is, we would obviously, everybody would want a 150, but let's see as the results come out, who would not want 150? We would obviously want a 150, but if 129 is also a very comfortable lead, and it is a lead where the Bharatiya Janata Party cannot play its resort politics and cannot try, they will have to buy too many MLAs, which is beyond them now. So this is very, very good that the people of Karnataka will get a stable government. Number one, they have voted for a stable government. And congratulations also to the Prime Minister. His divisive politics, his politics of hatred and his hatred of spreading lies has failed. And the people of Karnataka have given him a resounding reply. The amount of lies that they had spread, the Prime Minister of the country went on to say something which our leader Sonia Gandhi ji had not. And also I would like to mention over here, 27 days Rahul Gandhi ji spent in Karnataka in the Bharat Jodo Yatra. एंड उन्होंने एक डायलॉग बोला था, आपको याद होगा, एक लाइन बोली थी कि नफरत के बाजार में मोहब्बत की दुकान खोलने आया हूं. एंड द पीपल ऑफ कर्नाटक हैव रिप्लाइड. If you see, he went in 7 districts, out of which he covered 51 assemblies, in which Congress is right now leading in 37. That is a major reply. Reply to the Bharatiya Janata Party who was making fun of the yatra.
There are a lot of results now, not lot, there are a couple of results as well. So there are 12 results. We've been talking about leads, but now we've got results. 12 wins for the 12 results, of which 10 the Congress has won to the BJP. But my question to Aparajita ji is this. It just seems that the BJP has lost the rural vote. The Congress has also gained massively in your Vocaliga heartland and in other areas. So each of the areas where you thought you would really make a mark, because I do know that you were targeting the rural group as well, the rural population as well, and of course the Vocaligas. By losing these two, it was going to be very difficult winning it on the urban vote alone.
A very good evening. Congress is definitely much ahead of us, and it seems as though they would be actually forming the government in Karnataka, and advance congratulations to them. But at the same time, I would say that as far as Bharatiya Janata Party is concerned, we either win or we learn, we don't lose. Let's not use that word for Bharatiya Janata Party. It is a learning experience for us. Yes, we went to the polls with a good strategy, and our leaders were all out there campaigning, and everybody was there with the people. We went to the people with our report card, and nobody can say that we did not work under the leadership of Mr. Bommai. But sometimes certain things go wrong. We don't look at the Congress and their strategy at this juncture. We look at ourselves. We look within ourselves. And this is the difference between Bharatiya Janata Party and other parties. Even in the time of a crisis, We don't look at others and we don't blame others. Maybe something went wrong with us. We would be going back to the chessboard and we would be kind of analyzing where we went wrong and we would be correcting. But please don't forget that we are registering huge victory, huge success in the mayoral polls in UP. We are going for a 3-engine sarkar in UP. Yes. And we just went for 3 northeastern states polls and we have formed the government there. So I think let's think at everything in totality. And Karnataka, yes, we have not done well. We agree something went wrong and we would be looking into it.
Right, good. Before I get another response from the Congress, I just want to go back to the larger question, I think, which is going to play out over the next 24 hours. Who's going to be Chief Minister, given that the numbers seems to be very clear in favor of the Congress and comfortable? And we were having this chat before. Sugata couldn't complete his point. Sugata and Sanjay, both of you said it's not on the popularity contest, it's the base of MLAs. I remember DK Shivkumar about 6 or 8 months ago, in a private conversation, telling people that, look, the MLAs are firmly with Siddaramaiah. The last set of MLAs were firmly with Siddaramaiah. So, given that bit, in terms of ticket distribution, who do you think will have an edge now?
See, Veera, there is a 3-way division there. Siddaramaiah is there on one side, there is DK Shivkumar, but please don't forget Kharge is there at the center, and Kharge has also played a huge role in the distribution of tickets. And please don't forget, since 2008, Siddaramaiah entered the party in 2006, but the relationship between Mr. Kharge and Mr. Siddaramaiah has always been ruptured. I don't think it has been mended. And that's the reason why you saw DK Shivkumar constantly say that if Kharge becomes Chief Minister, I don't mind working as his deputy. You haven't heard a word like that from Siddaramaiah. So we don't know how it will play out, because there is a 3-way split within the Congress in terms of MLAs.
Important point.
Okay, Professor Gaurav, you want to make a point here? Go ahead, then quickly. I have a question for Arti.
Very quickly, Siddaramaiah is the guy who gets the votes. DK Shivkumar is organization man. And even DK's own followers depend on Siddaramaiah's appeal to win elections. It's a complex equation. Everyone is aware of this. So my sense is, if Kharge is not interested in becoming CM, if that's the option he was proposing, it could be a 2.5 year,
right,
with Siddaramaiah getting the first, because he's older, and DK Shivkumar clears all the charges, etc.
Is there a problem like Rajasthan?
I mean, because this is exactly what happened in Chhattisgarh, where a 2.5 year formula was in fact mentioned. It flopped. I mean, it's just that TS there is not a Sachin pilot, so it won't work. And Congress has done that in Rajasthan as well. They would be very, very, very of promising that kind of a chief ministership.
I rule out the 2.5 year formula completely.
Arti, I just wanted to come to you. It's safe to say then, because we were talking about this even in the exit polls and throughout the campaign, the issues that were raised, whether it was the reservation issue, where the Prime Minister, the Home Minister, everybody came and despite the court ruling, they kept saying that Muslims will be kept away. Then the Bajrang Dal thing also came up. Safe to say that at least at this moment, all those issues have completely been rejected. This is a decisive mandate. 130, if these numbers form up, it's a decisive mandate against the issues or the formula that the BJP was trying to implement, and for the Congress, which kept it local and then also topped it up with their schemes and guarantees and getting the Labharti and the women and what they can get in future.
Absolutely. And I think when we have a more detailed analysis of the votes, and hopefully CSDS will give us that detailed analysis, but on the face of it, what we can see is that there's been quite a shift of OBC and SC/ST vote towards the Congress, and a section of the Lingayats also, because the Lingayat areas the Congress has done phenomenally well. These were all BJP strongholds. Yeah. But it's not just the Lingayats, it's also the SC/ST, OBCs, and of course Muslims. And I think that there was a very nice analysis done by Yogendra Yadav, that the lower you go down the socio-economic ladder, the greater the support for the Congress. Yeah. So I think, these minimum guarantee schemes that the Congress offered, the very fact that it spoke out against the BJP's attempt to take away reservations from, Muslims and so on. I think these things went down very well with these poorer sections, who shifted in large numbers to the Congress to give them this very handsome victory, really.
Geeta ji, if you look at the reservation card of the BJP over there, that's not gone off well. The Congress has done well in Lingayat areas, Voka Liga dominated seats as well. and also at the last I heard in SC/ST seats as well. So, you know, I mean, this was the core. These were the core areas that the BJP was focusing on. So somewhere their strategy did not work. What do you believe in their strategy was not appealing?
Well, Vishnuji, you know, if you look at there has been the increase in the reservation of SC also and ST also from, I think, 15% to 17%, and for ST from 3 to 7%, which was actually passed. That ordinance was passed sometime in November 2022 in the assembly, and later on it was implemented. So this was something which all over the country, you know, even in the central government schemes, the reservation which was being followed, that is what has been was implemented over there. So as far as if you talk in terms of you know, giving the reservation benefit to traditionally, but as per the constitution, that is what the government had done. And of course, if you talk in terms of, irrespective of what the result is, but in terms of if any reservation is being given on the basis of religion, I think it does not, you know, conform with what stands in our constitution. So this could have gone among the, you know, among the minorities. It may have been
in the Supreme Court.
Yeah.
This is being contested in the Supreme Court.
So this
I guess the court will have the final word on it.
Yes, that's true.
But the point is that
with the minorities, yes, definitely it may have offended them, but in terms of, and when the distribution of seats comes, we will see that, you know, how the Muslims have voted in Karnataka. Right. But the point is that this, of course, will also put forth the course in the future that how this issue is going to be taken, the minorities being given reservation on religious.
Christians and Jains are given reservation, and they are religious groups.
Right. So Geeta Chandan, let me. Sorry, I know this is a very important issue. I think we should debate this, and perhaps there will be a lot more time to debate it. Just pointing out to some pointers to understand the result that's been playing out. Ron, which is the bellwether seat that we were talking about, has gone to the Congress. So, you know, the bellwether, you know, because this was very interesting. I mean, these are some...
I didn't know why it was bellwether, but the moment
nobody knows, not even the guys contesting in Ron know bellwether,
so
but Ron is...
But I believe in our studio, Bajrangbali, morning he said Ron is bellwether, I believe
Look at the bellwether constituencies which are on your screens right now.
Other thing, also remember, Ron is the place where Mallikarjun Kharge made his controversial remark. So Ron has been in the news this time for this bit. Those are, of course, the bellwether constituencies that you are seeing today. Some of them have flopped. Kop and Nargund have flopped. Siruguppa, Hangund and Sagar have worked for, you know, in terms of bellwether at the moment, in terms of it. Let's also try and understand this result through the region-wise graphics that we have. Just move down to the region-wise graphics, and I just want to put a little bit of an explainer on that region-wise graphics that we talked about. Let's start with the first set, Karnataka regions, of course, Bangalore where BJP has made big gains. We need to figure out who the big losers in the Congress are.
But just look at the Congress. They've actually caught up. They're now just one down.
Yes. Yeah, they're down one.
Which is really surprising.
That's right. The BJP has made
because we thought that Bangalore was done and dusted. It's not.
Yeah, but to see this in true context, it would also be on the seats that reflected to the BJP. Yeah. So technically, the Congress is gaining at this moment.
So this is also in comparison with the 2019 tally and not 2018 tally. From the 2018 tally, I think you will see that the Congress may, actually the Congress has gained 2018 to 2018 to this is 2018.
So the Congress 2018.
So as for 2018,
but if Congress
is down 1, the BJP is up 5. So the BJP has done well.
Right.
But the Congress was far below.
Right. Let's move now to.
This is Bangalore City plus Bangalore.
This is Bangalore City plus rural. That's where the problem is.
It's 28 plus 4.
28 plus 32 seats total. Let's move to Kalyan Karnataka or Hyderabad Karnataka, which I think was the big battle this time, where you see Congress gaining 4, BJP losing 5. Not a major change there. JDS down 1. Let's move next to Mumbai Karnataka or Kittur Karnataka as it's called.
The others too, are they allies of the Congress?
It could have been the independents.
No, it could be rebels or independents. Like
NCP was leading.
No. It includes Janardhan Reddy as well. Janardhan Reddy was contesting. This is the most important region according to me. 32 seats. The Congress has gained 16 in Mumbai, Karnataka, which was the original stronghold of the BJP. Of course, Mumbai, Karnataka also had a lot of those flip seats that flip from one party to the other. They've gone to the Congress. And the Congress has done reasonably well, very well in Mumbai, Karnataka.
This is also the region where the Congress ran a very local campaign, kept speaking. Okay, DK Shiv Kumar is speaking at this moment. Let's go across.
ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ. ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಹೆಸರು ಬಾವುಟಗಳನ್ನ
Strong man from Kanakpura, never lost an election since 1989.
ಅವರ ಎಲ್ಲ ಪಾದಗಳಿಗೆ ನನ್ನ ಸಾಷ್ಟಾಂಗ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರಗಳು. ನಮ್ಮ ಮೇಲೆ ವಿಶ್ವಾಸ ಇಟ್ಟು ನೀಚಳವಾದಂತಹ ಬಹುಮತವನ್ನು ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ.
We were always confident that we will have a victory, a clear majority.
ಮಾತಾಡೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ನಮ್ಮ ಕಾರ್ಯಕರ್ತರೆಲ್ಲ ಆವೇಶದಲ್ಲಿದ್ದಾರೆ.
We are not talking of exit polls, we are talking feedback from our party workers.
ಎಲೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಸರ್ಟಿಫಿಕೇಟ್ ನ ನಮ್ಮ ಏಜೆಂಟ್ ಕೈಲಿ ಇಸ್ಕೊಂಡು ಬಾ ಅಂತ ಕಳಿಸಿದ್ದೆ. ಸೊ ನಮ್ಮ ಕಾರ್ಯಕರ್ತರೆಲ್ಲ ರಾಮನಗರದಲ್ಲಿ ಗಲಾಟೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ಆಗುದಿಲ್ಲ, ನೀವು ಯಾರ ಕೈಗೂ ಸರ್ಟಿಫಿಕೇಟ್ ನೀವೇ ಬಂದು ಇಸ್ಕೋಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಕಾರ್ಯಕರ್ತರು ರಾಮನಗರ ಜಿಲ್ಲೆ ಜನ ಕಾಯ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ.
He's asking all Congress workers to remain calm.
ಬಂದು ನನ್ನ ದೇವಸ್ಥಾನ ಕಾಂಗ್ರೆಸ್ ಕಚೇರಿ, ನನ್ನ ದೇವಸ್ಥಾನ ಕಾಂಗ್ರೆಸ್ ಕಚೇರಿ, ಕಾಂಗ್ರೆಸ್ ಕಚೇರಿಲಿ
Congress office is our temple.
ಉದ್ದೇಶಿಸಿ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತೀನಿ.
We will decide at the Congress office what the next step is. From all the disturbance, this is what I was able to make out. Right, Maya?
I credit my party cadres and all my leaders.
Yeah, and
they have worked hard. People have exposed faith in us. The leaders have supported us. It is a collective leadership and we have jointly worked. I have said in the beginning, joining together is the beginning. On the day I took the oath, thinking together is the progress, working together is the success. That is what I said on the day. I assured Srimati Sonia Gandhi, Rahul Gandhi and Priyanka Gandhi that, and Mr. Mallikarjun Kharge, that I will deliver Karnataka to their fold. I can't forget Srimati Sonia Gandhi coming to meet me in jail when all these BJP people put me under jail. So I rather choose to be in jail than having an office. That is the confidence what Gandhi family and the Congress party in the entire country restored on me. I thank all my leaders in the state, including Mr. Siddaramaiah, all the MLAs, all the party office bearers and the workers from the block to the booth level who took up the responsibility. It is not one effort, including my ACC office bearers, my general secretaries, in charge general secretaries. They work like a block Congress office bearers and all of them are responsible. I have a lot of things to tell. I will come later. I will meet you in my Bharat Jodo Bhavan and I'll meet you and discuss with you.
Supporters have come in large numbers. They are all saying what will you tell your supporters?
It is, I don't want to tell anything. There is only one support, Congress support.
So one thing
DK Shiv Kumar over there in tears, absolutely, but just delighted at winning these elections. We're going to take a short break at this stage, come back with the very latest. It's all fantastic stuff now. The Congress likely winning the Karnataka elections. All right, a victorious Siddaramaiah over there explaining the reasons why he believes that the Congress has won these elections. The results are resounding. It's 134 at this stage, and it appears that initially we were saying that if they came close to 125, then they'd be absolutely safe. There's no other combination or permutation. But now with 134, you can start thinking about using the word sweep. But it is a resounding victory one way or the other. And the reason we say victory at a time when there are still leads being counted is because the BJP has conceded defeat. Well, joining us now, my colleague Pratibha. She joins us from outside Mallikarjun Kharge's house. Arvind Gunasekara at the Congress headquarters. Srija joins us from the Congress headquarters in Bengaluru, and Tanushree joins us from the BJP headquarters over here. Tanushree, let me come across to you first. Any analysis already starting in the BJP? Any reactions? What's the mood over there where you are?
Well, it's a rare scene at the BJP headquarters in the national capital. You can see the chairs, even the spokesperson have now started to leave, and looks like the BJP has finally conceded defeat. I was speaking to some of the spokesperson because no big leader ever made it to the BJP headquarters today. They were all at their residences. It's a ritual at the BJP office. Whenever they win any election, Prime Minister himself comes, he meets the Karyakartas, and there is huge celebration. But unlike the other times today, it's all emptiness, and the BJP has conceded defeat. Now the spokesperson have left, and they are saying that it's not that the BJP did not put its best foot forward. The Congress might have put some extra efforts, might have walked the extra mile, and we are happy that they have won. It's elections at the end of the day. One party has to win. That's what the spokesperson are saying. But as far as the headquarters and the mood here is concerned, it's unlike the Congress office. There are no dhols. Even the caterers have been also asked to go back. So it's actually desolate here, and not much to say because the BJP headquarters, it's rarest seen that it's lying desolate right now.
Tanushree, no laddus today. I mean, she'd gone there with that expectation, but Tanushree, next time. Let's go across to Srija. Srija is now at the BJP, at the Congress office in Bengaluru. Srija, I can see the Congress flags out. There must be celebrations starting out. There were lots of celebrations in the morning in the Congress in Delhi, but in Bengaluru it was somewhat more muted. Has that started changing?
In fact, outside the Congress office in Bengaluru began almost an hour ago, and yes, we are, of course, some of the key top leaders of the Congress have not arrived here yet, but we did speak to Salib Ahmed, the working president of the Congress, who spoke to NDTV saying that all the credit goes to, of course, Rahul Gandhi's Bharat Jodo Yatra, also going on to talk about the kind of aggressive campaigns which the Congress in the last 1.5 years or so, which they launched against the BJP. So there were several things, especially several factors that were going against the BJP. So to only show you right now what's happening at the Congress office, yes, there is a celebration. You can see, in fact, they're also showering petals. There are people waving flags. They're all, in fact, waiting to burst crackers, probably waiting for DK Shivkumar, the Congress president for Karnataka, to arrive at the KPCC office right here. So they've kept all the crackers all ready, and here you have, in fact, a bunch of Congress workers who are all waiting at the entrance right here outside the stairs of the Congress office, basically telling that Congress have won and it was a deserved win for them. So you have several people especially chanting the slogans of Bharat Jodo Yatra, also in favor of Rahul Gandhi, Sonia Gandhi and Kharge as well. More importantly, this is the first win right after Kharge assumed the post of the president, and it clearly became pertinent for him as well. There was pressure on him so to ensure that this will be Congress's win this time around. But again, we must tell you that the BJP failed really to break that anti-incumbency cycle, and now we see that it was a smooth in terms of going ahead of the BJP. Also, to speak to us to NDTV, we have the Punjab Pradesh Congress Committee General Secretary, Mr. Gurudas. You tell me you have been here for the last 1 month, campaigning for Karnataka elections.
This is very historical day for India, that Karnataka's victory is not only Karnataka victory, this is India's victory, and this is democracy victory. This is victory of communal harmony. This is victory of national integrity of India, so that the hated people.
Have you also campaigned with the local leaders?
Local leaders, KR Puram area, Jappa Nagar, Coconut Garden, हाँ इधर एरिया में मैंने किया है कैंपेन, और मैंने अपनी वीडियो के थ्रू वीडियो मैंने अपने बहुत मैसेज 1 करोड़ लोगों को दिए हैं.
Well, thank you. In fact, that was Mr. Gurudas who went on to talk about that over the last 1 month from the Punjab Pradesh Congress Committee, where several of them had really come down basically here, to be a part of the campaigns in Bengaluru across the state of Karnataka with the local Congress members here. So he did, of course, go on to talk about how the campaigns against especially the BJP have been aggressive, and that's clearly worked out for them. And what tremendous victory they are, of course, talking about and crediting all to is Rahul Gandhi for his Bharat Jodo Yatra. Back to the studio.
That could be the national leadership, but the firmly focus right now is on the state leadership and what's going to happen next. When are they going to have the Congress legislature party meeting? When are they going to make a decision? And then when are they going to announce it? Pratibha is outside the residence where these decisions are possibly being made, which is outside Mallikarjun Kharge's residence. Pratibha, what are you hearing at the moment? Is there any timeline that's being suggested on when they could have the CLP meeting? It has to be tomorrow because the MLAs have to return from their constituencies after collecting their certificates. So, do we have a timeline as to when they'll have a CLP meeting and when they will elect the leader of the legislature party?
Well, before elaborating plans on what the next course of action would be for the Congress, a very jubilant Kharge walked out of his residence distributing sweets to everyone, and he claimed that he was not just celebrating the victory of the Congress but was also celebrating the victory of his son at his respective constituency. While he literally blamed the BJP and was talking about how the presence of national leaders did not really go in favor of the BJP, he also elaborated plans of the Congress. One, the senior leaders of the Congress would be holding a meeting of sort this evening, and soon after that all the MLAs would arrive and they would have a legislature party meeting, which could be later in the day or even tomorrow, depends on when all of the MLAs would land up here in Bengaluru. And during the legislature party is when all the MLAs would be electing their respective the choicest CM candidate of the Congress, and depending on the result of the legislature party meeting, the High Command would confer the CM's chair to the respective candidate, which could be either DK Shivkumar or Siddaramaiah.
Your Tanushri didn't get laddus, but Pratibha, what is the sweet that Kharge distributed for you guys there outside his residence?
I must tell you, I'm pretty disappointed that I missed the sweet by a whisker.
But do you know what it was? Was it Mysore Pak? But Kharge is from Hyderabad.
Not really, but it was a milk sweet is what I'm told, though I guess...
Was it Dharwad Peta?
Okay.
Because Mumbai, Karnataka is the one that has given.
That Veeraraja is really hungry. We need to get something for him. All the sweets of Mysuru has been gone through.
Noor Ali is waiting over there in the corner at the Karnataka counter over there, cooking up a stone for Veera at this stage.
Okay, he's cleared off all his, all the vessels are clean and ready. He's just
okay, Veera, we need to take a short...
Before we do that,
nice South Indian coffee.
At this moment, 135 seats for the Congress leads, 64 for the BJP. So Congress at this moment is more than double of the BJP's tally. So
obviously no need to rush to any resort.
Operation Kamala.
No need to rush to a resort. No need to go to Tamil Nadu.
There is no need, sir, now.
Anymore, sir.
Now no need.
The tickets to Chennai also booked. Everybody, 1 second. I need to take a break. We must have a break at this stage, and then come back with the very latest. Do stay tuned.
But let's shift focus back to Jewargi and Karnataka here. Sugata, you were going to make a point on the district-wide analysis of the results that you're seeing so far at the moment. You were mentioning some interesting trends that you're picking up on.
No, Veera, I mean, it's a fabulous victory because, see, Belagaum, Bijapur, Bagalkot, Ballari and Kodagu, of all the districts, after 25 years, Congress has won Kodagu back, and Chamrajnagar. So these districts, they have almost swept these districts, and that's the reason why we are seeing that number 135. So I wanted to make that point because Belgaum, Bagalkot, Ballari and Coorg were strongholds of the BJP. Right, so
135 that you're talking about.
I wanted to ask you a little bit about something which is interesting. There's a bit of a battle that has already started. I mean, they couldn't wait for another 5 minutes between DK Shiv Kumar and Siddaramaiah, with Shiv Kumar reacting strongly on Siddaramaiah's son's comment that Siddaramaiah should be chief minister. We'll play out what Shiv Kumar has to say in a little while. In fact, we've got it. We've got that reaction. Let's listen in.
No.
We'll have that in a moment. But isn't that bizarre that this battle should start already?
Yeah. I mean, it's absolutely bizarre. But the fact is that, more than this.
I mean, they've not won the elections yet.
Yeah, but the fact is that this kind of rivalry had been kept under the blanket. Right. They've been able to successfully fight the elections, and at this point I would say that it's not just an anti-incumbency against the outgoing government, it's a pro-Congress wave they are riding on. Right. So leaders also, when they come back in situations like this, they are humbled by the situation, that blanket that kept them together, and I think the Congress High Command is going to come back and ask them to keep quiet. That's my guess right now.
135. Yeah. Since 1999, the Congress has not seen a victory this big in Karnataka. 132 when S.M. Krishna became Chief Minister in 1999. And before that, in 89, was the huge sweep election under Virendra Patil's leadership, where they went up to 179 in that election. That's right. 178 to 179. So, Alok, what's gone wrong for the BJP in this election? Who's to take the blame eventually? Is it going to be an all-round responsibility? What's gone wrong? And what's the road ahead for the BJP in South India?
Let me tell you one thing, that people will try to nail it down to Prime Minister Modi, but no, in BJP it's the collective leadership that matters. Collectively we have lost, and I think everything went wrong with us. Whatever we thought was going right, though we did a lot of work. You see, we built houses, we built toilets, we built roads. Today it is the third largest economy in India. So all this was going in, we thought it's in our favor. But as I see that there was a total anti-incumbency was very high, and all this 40% and all that they were talking about, I think people took it seriously, and that is why this debacle has happened. We will introspect it.
No, but do you believe it had to do with local leadership? I know Aarti disagrees, but I would suggest
sidelining or rather marginally, putting some people down could have affected. Like Yedurappa was, sidelined for a moment and then again was brought back. So all that could have happened.
Geetaji, was it the leadership issue in your mind? Local leadership issue?
It's a combination of things. And, because it's really strange that in the last 5 years, Karnataka has done phenomenally well, economically. Its GDP has grown, its, per capita income has grown. There have been this wonderful highways that have been made and so on. And yet the BJP, this is not just an anti-incumbency vote, right? It is actually a pro-Congress vote, very decisively in favor of the Congress. So I would say it's a rejection of various things. One is the fact that the BJP tried this amazing experimentation on the eve of elections, where they sidelined a community, the leaders of a community that has been with them, that was their entry point into Karnataka, the Lingayats. To sideline major leaders of that community and send a signal that, we're going to try a new experiment, a new caste configuration in Karnataka on the eve of an election. I think that was strategically a wrong mistake. The second thing is that I think that this whole attempt for the last 2 years to raise Hindutva issues, whether it was hijab or halal or, Tipu Sultan or whatever, I think there's been a clear rejection by most of Karnataka, that look, we don't want these issues, we want development, we want jobs. And I think unemployment has been a major factor.
So it's important. Geetaji, my question is...
But in Karnataka, the unemployment rate is one of the lowest.
So taking that point, taking the point that Aarti was making, Geetaji, what's the lesson for the BJP from this? You don't have a state leader who can match Yedurappa's charisma in 2008-13 that Yedurappa had at that time. Now, because of his overarching shadow over the party, you've not been able to have the next generation. Who is going to be that young... What's the narrative change, A, for the BJP, and B, Is there a sense that maybe the party should refocus and work out of Bangalore rather than out of Delhi? One of the senses this, where the BJP this time was sort of operating out of Delhi more, less out of Bangalore. Is there a sense of shift of focus back to Bangalore, or do you think this will bring Delhi more into the focus?
Well, you see, one has to look at this in this term that these issues were, you see, any regional issues are there, they have to be addressed, and the incumbency, local incumbency, like regional wise also, I think someone in the panel was earlier also raising that each region has got it, its own configuration, and that also has to be taken into consideration. Yes, people have definitely, the vote is showing that a lot of introspection needs to be done, that where they went wrong, and in terms of economy, in terms of development of infrastructure, phenomenal work has been done. So at such a time, it is important that yes, some local leadership was missing, and only nurturing of some leaders now, and Mr. Yedurappa, of course, he has contributed also a lot to the party. There is no denying over that. But with age now, new people have to, take that baton and take the party in Karnataka forward.
Sure.
So only with time we'll come to know. But yes, I think it is something which the party is going to think about it and will definitely work on it.
You have definitely pointed out that you see the central leadership will not work there. In South, always there has been a local charismatic leader, which after Yedurappa's, I can say, decline, we will have to find a leader of his stature, and we'll have to propel him forward to go to the masses and take things forward with the blessings of the center.
I think what we can actually do... Sorry, go ahead.
Karnataka never had a charismatic leader. I mean...
Yedurappa.
Well, I mean,
Devraj,
so all of them are known for programmatic leadership.
No, they have their own.
The persona of Devraj Arsu, programs of Devraj Arsu, social coalition he built. Jayalalitha, yes, worship the personality. So I do think there's a distinction.
Even Hegde had a big following.
Hegde was
not so much Hegde. Aras was very big. And Aras has been appropriated by every party today,
including Siddaramaiah mainly.
Yeah, not Siddaramaiah so much, but BJP or Congress or Janata Dal, everybody seems to admire him now.
Yedurappa also leadership qualities.
But Virat, coming back to the point that I was making earlier, see, this is a transitional election. To be, to play the devil's advocate and speak fairly for the BJP. See, they could not have done anything else but to sort of look for alternate leadership to Yedurappa, who had already, crossed 80. So they had to make a transition this time, and they have experimented with something. They must have gone wrong somewhere, but their vote share seems to be a little more promising. So probably they'll...
It has been intact.
Yeah, so I feel, what we have not focused
just half a sec, Manisha. I wanted to take a look at a couple of reactions, because these are important. What we'll bring you now, a reaction from DK Shiv Kumar, where he was actually in tears, saying that, look, we won these elections. And we'll also play out that bite of Mr. Basavaraj Bommai, where he actually came out and for the first time conceded defeat. That's when we knew that as far as the BJP was concerned, in their own mind, it was all over.
I have exposed faith in us. The leaders have supported us. It is a collective leadership, and we have jointly worked. I have said in the beginning, joining together is the beginning. On the day I took the oath, thinking together is the progress, working together is the success. That is what I said on the day. I assured Srimati Sonia Gandhi, Rahul Gandhi and Priyanka Gandhi that, and Mr. Mallikarjun Kharge, that I will deliver Karnataka to their fold. I can't forget Srimati Sonia Gandhi coming to meet me in jail when all these BJP people put me under jail. So I rather choose to be in jail than having an office. That is the confidence what Gandhi family and the Congress party in the entire country restored on me.
Once all the results come, because all trends are there now, once the results come, we will do the detailed analysis, and as a political party and as a national political party, we will not only analyze and We will see that what are the gaps and what are the deficiencies were there at different levels. We will look into that and improve upon it, and we will take this result in our stride, and we will go ahead and reorganize the party and come back during Lok Sabha election.
Right, NDTV's Sunil Prabhu has managed to catch up with DK Shivkumar, the man of the moment there, and done this interview. Let's listen into what DK Shivkumar has to say in this exclusive.
It is not my victory alone. It is the victory of the people of Karnataka. People wanted a change. People wanted development. People wanted to remove corruption. They know that the double engine did not work out well. So we need a government with a governance. Every common man in the village was been pickpocketed by the price rise. So that is why we all work together. I should thank my leader, Srimati Sonia Gandhi, who appointed me at the crisis when Mr. Dinesh Gundrao and Siddaramaiah resigned on moral grounds. So they imposed confidence on me. From that day till today, I have not slept. Whatever may be my problem, internal problem, whatever the problem created, we all worked together. All my leaders cooperated, and even include my national leaders. Whatever I said, they agreed to me. Ultimately, we should make this number.
Sir, you led the party from the front. 18 months. You are taking claim to be the chief minister of the state.
No, see, not 18 months, yeah. 3 years. 3 years I have not slept. I did not make my workers also sleep. There are a lot of things I will come and tell you. Now
the numbers are...
I am going to Ramnagara.
But would you like to be rewarded, sir? That is the question.
See, I am going to Ramnagara. I am going to Ramnagara because my leaders, workers are not allowing to give certificate to my election agent. I didn't want it to go there. But you know what has happened in the entire Vaklika belt. They have rooted out the JDS and the entire Karnataka. Not only Vaklika belt, entire Karnataka. So I don't want to comment much on things. We will discuss it later.
I think the Vaklika is back because of you. The community is back to the Congress where the Vaklika.
I will come back to you. We will discuss.
But you want to be rewarded? That's my question, sir. That's my question.
I will discuss. Don't worry. Don't worry. I assured that I will deliver, and you just.
No, that's true. But Siddaramaiah's son is saying he wants his father to be CM. So how do you respond to that? So that's my question.
Let anyone tell anything. I don't want to comment on any one personal choice. The Congress Party High Command will take a decision.
And you have.
All right. Well, we can go straight across now to Lavanya Balal of the Congress, who joins us. Lavanya, congratulations. This seems to be a great win for you. But I'm sorry, the issue right now is on the leadership issue. With Mr. DK Shivkumar saying, let anybody say anything, the Congress leadership will decide on who the leader is. This is with regard to Mr. Siddaramaiah's son saying that Mr. Siddaramaiah should be chief minister. So, is this going to be a problem going forward?
Good afternoon, Vishnu. No, absolutely not. Everybody, all the senior leaders who are CM aspirants are aware that it is the High Command which will decide. Kargeji and other senior leaders who will decide who is going to be leading the state as the CM. I think for the next one day, we are going to bask in the happiness of winning this election with the thumping majority.
No, but Lavanya, I think as wonderful as that may be for you, people in the state really need to know who the next chief minister is. And already, let's face it, in the last 15 minutes, the rhetoric has not been extremely positive, from DK Shivkumar in answer to that question. There's been the son of Siddaramaiah saying that my father must be CM.
Well, Vishnu, see, tomorrow morning is a CLP meeting where all our leaders are meeting and then it will be decided. So within tomorrow evening, I'm sure it will be very clear who the CM candidate is going to be. It is not like in 2019, once the BJP formed the government, we didn't have ministers for 8 months, right? This is not going to be like that. We will form a government very soon and we will make sure our CM candidate is declared in the next 24 to 36 hours.
24 to 36 hours. Can you give us the timing for the CLP meeting? Where it's going to be?
CLP meeting is set for tomorrow early morning. I'm not sure if it is 9 or 10 a.m. I'm sorry, I missed that timing. I'm sorry.
Okay, and you're saying that so if you're going to have a CLP meeting by tomorrow morning, most likely you should have clarity by tomorrow evening in terms of going to the... Is there a sense within the Congress that we now need to hasten things up? The longer you delay it, the longer there will be speculation, factions, etc., and you want to seal it immediately. By tomorrow evening, do we expect to know who the next Chief Minister of Karnataka will be?
See, no, the party workers, like I'm right now at the PCC office itself, the mood is very upbeat and we are not bothered about the so-called factionism that everybody talks about, because collectively, Siddaramaiah ji and DK Shivkumar ji, both of them have ensured that we win this election. It was a collective leadership that they were constantly talking about. And I know, and everybody in the party knows, that going forward, whatever decision is taken by the leaders of the party, it will be a collective decision, and the leaders who do not become the CM will support the CM candidate.
Maya, let me just
There will be no factionism. No, we are not worried about factionism.
All right, Lavanya, let's see what happens. We are not worried about factionalism. Perhaps some would suggest that that is what the Congress needs to be worried about, right? By which I mean one leader versus the other for the CM post.
I still think that somehow they'll be able to hold it together, because
there will be a discussion
general feeling of euphoria. Yes,
I'm sure they already have thought about it, but the numbers changed the game as well, right?
Yes.
When you're at 135, your thinking process is very different from when you are at 114 or 115. So I think, and also people change after the results are out. So quick responses, Chandan, Manisha, on what you see next. When do you see this whole thing getting sorted out?
Hard to say. Another week, I would think.
Okay.
I mean, by 18th, I think we should have a government, new government.
No, I mean the CM choice.
I mean the CM choice.
No, we'll resolve things by then.
The Congress knew for a while that it's more or less going to win. So these deliberations have happened within the party. So more or less, there will be some space given to the two, as I can see, contending candidates to play it out for a while. But I think in the next 2 to 3 days, they would like to iron this out, and we'll see a new government, because with this kind of mandate, the party cannot now be seen as faltering to the people. It's a compact between the party and the people. They've promised a whole lot of things, and they've said in the first cabinet we are going to go ahead with these things.
That's right. 24 to 36 hours, they should.
I mean, the people of Karnataka are expecting a lot, and
but I'll tell you, one person or one group that will be rather disappointed. The resort in Chennai, which had been booked out a couple of hours back, those guys have lost business over here. They'll have to wait for the next election.
Taken advance payment.
No, a few hours back, maybe they have.
Nobody
they were really worried. And Aarti, this is the big change that has happened. A few hours back, source-based information was that they were going to move their leaders, their winners, to Chennai. Then they crossed 125, they changed.
I heard Rajasthan. When I was at News 18, I heard there Rajasthan.
So then lots of tickets have also been lost.
We even discussed Bisibele Bath and Sambar rice based on the fact that the Karnataka MLAs may be in Chennai, but they're going to be firmly in Bangalore because the Congress has had an emphatic victory. Maya, quick response after 99. We've not seen a verdict of this nature in Karnataka. You think that this is a firm stamp that the state will have a stable government for the next 5 years?
I would like to hope so, not party-based, but I would love to hope that Karnataka doesn't see this coming and going and resort politics and crossing over. Let's hope for stability. Lok Sabha is, of course, totally different. Karnataka does vote differently. But let us hope that these 5 years are stable and productive for this fantastic state.
And what of the Gaudas?
No, Veera, I'm not a spokesperson for the community, but I do think that some thought has to be given to what of the JDS now.
Yeah.
In the opposition space that it occupies, how will the Congress manage to negotiate with them and not let them just go the BJP way? We don't care what happens.
You haven't lost, but you should learn. Like
all right. No. Because
just to
I think the coalition with the JDS and BJP will mean bad news for Congress in the old Mysore region. And that
all right. Well, I'm going to start the process of wrapping up now. It's been an incredible couple of hours watching these results flow in, and now it's quite clear the Congress with 136 leads and results now will be forming the government in Karnataka. We are expecting Rahul Gandhi at the Congress office very soon. We will be coming across to that for a moment. But for now, from my colleague Ankit and Veera Raghav and from our panel of guests over here, we're going to take a short break with the reminder that we'll be back this evening between 8 and 10 p.m. for a full analysis of the day's events, the celebrations, the win, and the process of looking at what went right and wrong for the BJP. For now, we leave you with these images.